Hey my darlings, how are you? I'm actually quite sleepy on this Wendy Darling Wednesday, but it's been, since Friday, it's been pretty sad around here, and let me just take you back. But first, yesterday was the first day of spring, and it was cold. It's still cold. I'm chilling in a hoodie. I planted my little seedlings yesterday and everything, and we'll see what happens with those. But anyway, I'm just gonna jump right in. On Thursday, basically, my husband got the job. He got the call, and they wanted him to come to orientation Friday morning, and he was really excited. I was super excited. I woke up Friday morning not feeling all that great, so, and the weather was, when the weather starts to get bad, when rain comes, really, the barometric pressure, my body, my head, it just, no. So I didn't really feel that great that morning, so I didn't go with him. Kind of wish I had now, because then he wouldn't have, like, had to drive back in the rain by himself, upset. But I didn't know how long orientation was going to take, didn't know what the whole procedure was, and we didn't know anything at that point. He had to be there, I think, at 7:45 Friday morning for orientation. And he gets there, the weather's just like lets loose. It's pouring down rain. Of course, I'm still in bed. I'm like, I ain't getting up. About, I guess it must have been about 8:30-ish, he calls me. And I'm thinking, oh, that was quick, you know, that was great, in and out, no big deal. No. They pulled him out of orientation and basically let him go. And the reason that they let him go was because they said he falsified his paperwork. Now, he didn't falsify his paperwork, but according to something that happened, it looked like that he did. When asked on his paperwork if he had ever filed workman's comp or had workman's comp filed against him, he indicated no, because he'd never filed for workman's comp and never received any kind of payments from workman's comp or anything like that. So when he indicated no, which was the correct answer, which is still the correct answer, it basically flagged and pulled up a 16-year-old workman's comp claim from Sears when he used to work in Mississippi that long ago. He never filed. Sears or whoever filed on his behalf never told him. He never received any compensation for this. He never hurt himself. It said it was for his back. He doesn't have back problems. He never hurt his back. In fact, he put in his 2-week notice, and because he was moving back to Texas. So that's how long ago he lived here, was 16 years ago. And basically, because he said no, he'd never had anything filed against him, and his social security number said, yes, you have, he falsified documents. So, I mean, he's visibly distraught, and the people at Howard Industries was like, well, you know, we have to treat you like everybody else. Sorry, you're welcome to reapply. So that's good that you know, he can reapply, but I think we have to wait 30 days. So he contacted, and mind you, this is Friday. So Friday morning he comes home, you know, obviously we're upset. He had this job. It was a good job. Benefits, 401k, got paid weekly. I mean, it was just almost too good to be true, and everything just went really, really smooth. He filled out his paperwork. He got an email saying come in for testing. He did his testing. He was really high, made high marks on his first tests. He got called back for secondary testing for a higher position, made really good marks on that test. He was actually one of the few people that had like a note on his like paperwork saying that he qualified for QC, which was quality control. He actually was hired to be an electrical tester, which I'm not entirely sure what that was. I think it was like you go down to the assembly line, you get some items, you go back to your little area and you test it, and you're that person who puts the sticker on there or something that says, inspected by or whatever. We think that that's what it was. But we don't know because he didn't get that far because they let him go on this. So he comes home on Friday. First of all, like I'm laying there in the bed and I'm livid. I am livid because, this is fraud. This is fraudulent. So I call Sears. I find a number for the corporate office, and I'm not even going to call her a woman, who answered the phone. I'm explaining to her why I'm calling and what area I don't know what area I need to talk to. And she screams at me, "You need him to call. He needs to call," and hangs up on me. First of all, I am not the one. Second of all, rude? I don't think so. I was explaining to you. I was answering your question. How can I direct your call? What department do you need to speak with? Whatever. I didn't know. So I'm explaining the situation so I can get the right number for him to call. Because, obviously he needs to call. I'm trying to, get the ball rolling before he gets home. And rude just hung up on me. I was just like, oh no, I'm half asleep. Okay, so I'm just like, no, she didn't. So I get up. I start Googling things online. I write this huge rant on Facebook and I delete it. I'm like, nope, I'm too mad right now. I'm not going to post it. So he gets home. We talk for a little bit. Coffee. Forget about my coffee. So he gets home, we talk, I give him the number to the very rude person. And as soon as he gets on the phone with whoever, he's just like, human resources. I don't know, I was half asleep. I didn't even think to say human resources, which is good that he did, So he says human resources. He speaks to somebody in human resources, tells them this whole situation as to what happened, why it happened, blah, blah, blah. And that he never filed anything, and that this is fraud, and that he needs to, he just lost a job because of this, and yada, yada, yada. He gets transferred to somebody else. Same spiel. Gotta start all over and explain it all to somebody else. That person says because it's been so long, they don't have him in the system anymore. And that he needs to speak with so-and-so, forget her name now, in archives. Great. So he calls, doesn't reach anybody, leaves a voicemail. He missed the call back from the archive lady. The next thing he knows, he's got a voicemail on his phone. So he listens to the voicemail and she says, "I'm stepping out for the day. I'm gone for the day." Mind you, this is all happening before it's even 10 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, call me on Monday, contact me back on Monday. So of course that makes for a horrible weekend. Now it rained and, we watched movies and we watched TV shows and we ate food and we just spent time together and, we just tried to figure out the best solution to this. And basically he's, when Howard Industries was like, yeah, you can reapply and just mark yes, you'll be fine. But that's fraud. Sears is wrong. I'll never shop there. He's even rehireable, okay? So if you have, I guess that doesn't determine whether or not you can be rehired at a company if you file a workman's comp. So it's so far back that I'm getting ahead of myself. So on Monday, he finally, he called the lady back. And basically what she had gone through is she couldn't find anything. The person that would have filed it was his old manager. That person no longer works for the company. So really there's nothing that they can do about it. However, there is a form coming in the mail that he needs to fill out and get back to Sears so that they can start the ball rolling, I guess, on releasing this information from his social security number. So while I would love for Sears to pay for this, it's 2002. This was 16 years ago. And you would think 16 years ago, they would have just been like, oh, you must have forgot. It was a technicality. You just didn't remember. No, it didn't happen. It was false. This is a false allegation from Sears saying that he filed workman's comp. And it makes me angry that someone took advantage and did this. He didn't receive any compensation. He didn't hurt himself. This is not right. So someone got away with it and he lost a job because of it. And so I'm really upset about that. He's really upset about that. You know, it's like back to square one. Oh, the sun just came. As you can tell, I'm a lot brighter in here. It was overcast. So it's just been, it sucks, you know? And it's like he went through 3 weeks, taken like almost a month for this whole process only to be told you can reapply. And I think it's 30 days. They didn't tell us when, but it's very disheartening. You can't play with people's emotions like that. So he's actively looking for another job, and that's all we can do. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. In other news, I got an email a couple days ago that said, you know, Instagram opportunity, a paid Instagram opportunity for you. I thought, okay, cool. Called Poppy Apparel. And they said, you know, we're willing to, you know, basically, if you're interested, we're interested. You know, we'll give you a link, and you know, if you can repost our pictures, or if you purchase merchandise, you can post your own pictures. And I thought that's pretty cool, because a lot of companies don't, you know, they want you to purchase the product and they're not going to send it to you. You know, they're going to purchase the product and then you can talk about it, and if anybody buys it, then you get commission. If you didn't know how that works. Yeah, I'm working with Poppy Apparel now, and they have some cute stuff, like super cute stuff. I will link their website below, but on the screen right now, right here, you will see my code, and that'll get you 10% off of your order, and then I get a little bit of change if you do purchase from there. So, you know, it's a win-win situation. You get a discount, I get some money. Before I even said yes, I went through their whole website, checked out what they have. They have veganism stuff, they have feminism stuff, they have like kitty cat stuff, backpacks and purses. And no, the company is not vegan. However, and I would like to strictly work with vegan and cruelty-free companies, but they have decent prices. They have sunglasses, they have purses, they have athletic wear, they have dresses, they have bodycon dresses, they have night clothing. They have all kinds of stuff on their website, and I have already quite a few things in my cart that I will be getting pretty soon, and then I'll do like a little, you know, unboxing and haul and stuff like that. And yeah, I just think it's pretty cool. I really want to start working with more brands and doing more like branching out with stuff like that. So yeah, but that's basically what I've got going for you guys today on Wendy Darling Wednesday. Yeah. Not a whole lot. This week's Meatless Monday was very tiny. I need to go grocery shopping, so I was like, what have I got that I can make that isn't still, you know, a recipe that people are like, how do you make that? And I chose hummus, and I love hummus. I made my garlic hummus. I will link the recipe down below. I'll link the video up there. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, fantastic week, month, year. Cheers. Bye, guys.